Retail Wrap number 12. And today we've got a lot in store. We're at the Brave Distribution Centre here, and we're going to be speaking to the Ops Manager, Glenn Sutcliffe, as well, plus a number of things. Let's get straight into it. Just recently, Big W have done a partnership with Snapchat, but it's not the first time they've been used. I'm sure it's not going to be the last. Shoppers can take a photo with the Snap code and cover the catalogue to bring the iconic Barbie to life. Making the screen do the work, showing you what's in the catalogue and just making that flat, dull image that we've been seeing for our whole lives into an augmented reality picture. Augmented reality is the integration of digital information with the user's environment in real time. Think of Pokemon Go. It's something that has been around for a long time, so this is definitely not the first, but you can see retailers starting to embrace this technology a little bit more. In 2018, Dent Reality previewed their AR tool by being used in the supermarket environment. Pointing the customer's phones at a product brings up dietary information as well as recommendations for preparation, and also goes as far to allow the customers to add the recommended recipe in their shopping list and provide aisle information and directions. Now, I'd like to see that. So where does this all play out? How does this sit for supermarkets, for instance? I understand that walking around a supermarket like this, looking for your groceries, I don't think that's going to fly. I think most people that are coming into our stores are quite time poor, so I can't imagine them walking around looking at their phone, waiting for some AR to tell them stuff. Where I think it is interesting is if I hold this up for certain products, it might be able to give me some recipe information or let me know a way to cook the product. So I can see there's some value there. I still think the cost of AR has to come down. Here we are at the Brave DC with Glenn Sutcliffe, Operations Manager, who's in charge of the project. Obviously, there's a lot of people that make it happen, but how are we going with the timelines, Glenn?
Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to open on time, JP. We're struggling with the whole process, but we'll probably be lucky to build a warehouse next year, mate.
Now that is what you call fake news.
Fake, disgusting news.
But seriously, Glenn, how are we going with the schedule?
You know, look, we're actually flying. We had a few little concerns early days, but you know, the GTP itself, the warehouse itself, we're scheduled to start bringing product in about 4 weeks, and on time to ship product out, all looking good.
So I'm assuming the GTP or the automated area was probably the one of most high concern?
Yeah, it was. Look, to fill the GTP, we needed 3 good weeks. We actually had one. But Domatic's done a few little things for us, got some extra people on site. We'll get it 3 weeks out, gives us plenty of time to fill it. Everything's going well. So the testing's, as you can see, we're testing everything now. Yeah. We're on target, everything's looking good.
And the refrigeration area, that's come along really well.
Yeah, no, look, we need to turn the freezers on 30 days out to get it down to temp. So it was a tough process, but no, all good there. We're on track, everything's looking good, looking great.
If anyone watched my Instagram post I did the other day, I talked about the docks. Massive blue docks. Never seen anything like them before.
For docks, it's been a couple of sleepless nights, I suppose. You know, at the end of the day, we've had a few problems. You know, Crown we're buying docks off Crown. Who would have thought? But you know, they've been doing over and above to get it right. We had our first test yesterday. We had a truck back on the docks, tested them out. Mate, they're going great. You know, infestation risk is lowered, cleanliness is improved. They're great docks, and I think Crown are going to sell plenty of them. They're a great product.
So the new Domatic robotic system, is it on target? And can you explain the difference between the robotic arm we're talking about and the GTP?
Yeah, so the robotic arm, that picks 1,000 hits an hour. So that's individual picks, which gives us the ability to pick individual picks overnight, you know, at a great rate. The GTP only hits 650 an hour, but it's multiple picks. So between the two of them, we're getting an efficiency there that's probably second to none what I've seen in the market. So the robotic cell, I've been up to have a look at it, as you have. It's hitting the numbers we need it to hit, so everything's looking pretty positive there too. So we won't get this robotic cell until probably late December, 3 months after go live, but it's going to be worth the wait.
How have you gone with transport for the DC? I've got a lot of people saying you're buying trucks and everything like that. We're not buying trucks, so who have you selected?
Yeah, good news is on that one, we've actually, you know, come to terms with Dyers Transport. You know, we're finalising things now. Dye's already delivered our supermarkets, so they already know our supermarkets, so we expect no impact. We're very happy with our transport model.
So it's fantastic news. And the WMS, how's that going?
Yeah, no, look, our portal's done, external portal, everything with the WMS is being tested now. We're all on track. We'll actually finish the WMS 6 weeks out from go live. So we go into production testing next week, so we're way ahead of the schedule there.
There seems to be a lot of racking going up everywhere. How much racking is actually in the freezer cool room, and how big is that area?
Yeah, so we're going to have about 6,500 pallet locations in the freezer, same as chiller. We've got about 1,800 in the confectionery room to protect the chocolates there, and as you can see behind us, about 35,000 storage locations out behind us with grocery.
So it looks like majority of the racking's actually up already?
Yeah, we're about 60% through the process of racking, so we're on target. We'll finish 4 weeks before go live when we start bringing the product in.
So we're going to be employing a few people in the site. Approximately how many, and have you started recruiting?
Yeah, look, for go live, we're looking at about 105 to 110 people. Our first 6 employees started this week, so they're working on our culture creation, which is great. You know, advertisements out now for team leaders, and we start recruiting full time in about 3 weeks for the rest of the crew. So if you're interested and want to join the team, feel free to contact us.
Drake's needs you. So when do you think the first carton is actually going to be sent to its first Drake store?
Our first shipment will leave here on the 30th of September, so all looking good for that.
As usual, you seem pretty pumped about the project. I sense there's a lot more excitement in the air leading up to the first carton out of the warehouse. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, no, it's strange. I'm not sure why it is like it is. I've done these before and never had this, but like, I think 2 nights ago I dreamt I threw the builder off the roof, and last night we're having a barbecue together. So it's every day it gets more intense, and we're pretty excited. Wouldn't be dead for quids.
We are standing on the platform for the Dematic system. I can see the shuttles going on in the background. What sort of speeds are these shuttles going up and down?
The shuttle, the lifts run at about 7 metres a second. So if you sat on it, you would have a bit of a fright. And the actual shuttles, the totes themselves, moving about 3.5 metres a second as well, so sideways.
Because they look like they're flying. It's very impressive to see.
Yeah, no, it's a good product.
Why did you go with the Dematic system?
I guess for me, look, the offer was the best offer on the table. The robotic cell was exciting for us to get to look at the robotic cell. Overall, the whole product they offered was better than the competitors in our eyes.
So finally, Glenn, when do we start putting stock into the warehouse?
The 3rd of September.
So 3rd of September it starts to get filled up. Approximately, what sort of numbers are coming in here then? How many trucks do we see coming through the back door?
For day one, so the 3rd, we got a small couple of loads to come in day one just to test the system to make sure. On the 4th, we've got about 400 pallets, about 25 semis coming in. And then after that, we're bringing 2,500 to 3,000 pallets a day, so 150 to 200 semis per day into the site.
Wow, that's a lot of semi-trailers coming in.
It's a lot of movement, a lot of movement.
Okay, so there you have it. Pretty detailed explanation of what's going on. It's really good to have Glenn here. Everyone's super excited about the project. It seems like every single person on site has got one thing in mind. It's getting this built on time and on schedule, which is an amazing feat when you really look at it. There's so many people that we need to thank for the project, and it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for everyone doing what they're meant to do, and it's getting the job delivered on time, not to mention some healthy discussions in some meetings to make sure that everything is going on time, on schedule. So there we have it. There's an update from Glenn Sutcliffe. As you can tell, I really need to reiterate that we will be sending cartons out of this warehouse on the 30th of September 2019. Retail wrap number 12. Obviously the big push is on the warehouse, so we'd like to see everyone so they can see what's going on. Everyone is super pumped about the warehouse, and we can't wait. Can't wait for this warehouse to kick on. It's not long now. The countdown is definitely on. A couple of months away, and we're trading out of here as Drakes. Did you push that?
I did.
Oops. I don't know if she did or not.
Yeah.
She did?
Yeah.
Well, it works. Well done, V. Nice work. Sorry about that. I can't believe V f***ing emergency stopped the whole system. That is never going to be forgotten. Initially, analysts predicted much f***ism, like it was a f*** up. It wasn't as bad, but it wasn't.